The 2026 Social Security increase has been postponed indefinitely. Now, this should concern every senior on Social Security and disability benefits because the announcement for Social Security COLA was supposed to happen on October the 15th. But because of the shutdown, the government is closed, and the Department of Labor, that is supposed to release the critical number that the Social Security Administration needs in order to announce your Social Security increase, is also closed. And so what they've announced is that Social Security increase for 2026 is going to be delayed indefinitely, and we don't know when that's going to happen. And so here's where we are. Because politicians are refusing to do their jobs, now seniors who have been expecting an increase in their benefits in January now have to wait for an indefinite amount of period, not knowing when that increase is going to kick in. So I am going to walk you through why this is happening, what the realistic chances are of getting a Social Security increase next year, plus why your Social Security increase is only 2.7% as projected. So let's talk about it. My name is Kwame Kwade. I'm a government benefits expert. For 15 years, I've been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. I create content on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and other personal finance topics, both in and out of Congress, that affect seniors and their retirement and their benefits. If you're new to my channel, I am glad you're here. Welcome. Do me a quick favor, go into the comment section and let me know your city and your state. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, welcome back. Today we have a lot to cover, and it has to do with what some of us have been predicting for the last few days, which is this. It does appear that the government is not going to release the September inflation data that the Social Security Administration needs in order to calculate your Social Security and disability increase for 2026. And now they've come out to formally say that. And so here is Reuters news saying that US government shutdown will likely will delay it, will delay. It's not even hedging here. It says US government shutdown will delay Social Security COLA announcement. That is from Reuters news. And then this is from CNBC, Social Security COLA for 2026, how federal government shutdown may affect announcement. So let's read this article from CNBC because it gives clarity on why this is happening and what you can expect. But before I do that, this chart that I'm showing you on the screen is comparing two very credible sources on what your Social Security cost of living adjustment increase could be when the announcement is finally made, whenever that is. And as you can see, we started the year, and this is from the Senior Citizens League and Mary Johnson. Mary Johnson is an independent Social Security analyst that is trusted by the media because of her reputation. And so CNBC took her Social Security cost of living adjustment predictions for 2026 and then compared it to the Senior Citizens League, which is a trusted, one of the largest, if not largest, senior advocacy organization. And they are known to be spot on when it comes to predicting Social Security cost of living adjustment. So as you can see, they both started, at a low number, and then by March, they are both aligned at 2.2%. And then by June, we are 2.5%. And by August, 2.7%. But then in September, Mary Johnson is saying 2.8%. That's her prediction for COLA. The Senior Citizens League is sticking with 2.7%. But here's the thing. I am not surprised, because when you look at the 2025 inflation information so far, you can see that it is also trending in that direction. And so it makes sense that you will see cost of living adjustment continuing to increase as the year went on. And I want to find that information and share it with you so you can see how the inflation information tracks with Social Security cost of living adjustment projection. But what I wanted to talk to you today is why your benefits announcement, your Social Security increase are going to be delayed. So here's the inflation data that I'm talking about. You can see that started in January 2025, inflation has been going up, and the last data was 2.9%. So Social Security cost of living adjustment is 1 or 2 points behind that. But let me share my screen and go to the CNBC article so that we can read clearly why we are in the situation we're in regarding the government's inability to announce your Social Security increase. So it says the Social Security cost of living adjustment is based on the third quarter data for the consumer price index. That's the inflation number the Social Security Administration needs. They need three different inflation numbers for 2025: July, August, and September. They've already got in July and August. September was supposed to be announced on October the 15th. So it says October 15th, the Bureau of Labor Statistics is scheduled to release the final month of data for the quarter. But that announcement may be delayed. And now we know it's going to be delayed because there's been an official announcement. So if the CPI is delayed, that would affect the Social Security COLA announcement. And that is mainly because of the federal government shutdown. And Reuters is saying the same thing. They actually have a much more detailed views of this. So let's read that also together. So here is what Reuters is saying. They are saying that millions of U.S. retirees will have to wait for a while. That's the key phrase right there. We'll have to wait for a while to learn how big their checks will be in 2026 as the ongoing shutdown is set to delay the release of the September consumer inflation data. The Social Security Administration would have used the consumer price index for urban wage earners and clerical workers data from the third quarter of 2024 to the third quarter of 2025 to determine the annual cost of living adjustment. But the shutdown triggered a lapse in government funding amid a political standoff between Democrats and Republicans, has halted the collection and publication of key economic data. So that's the part that I wanted to read to you. The thing is, it's not just bringing workers back to the job. It's not just saying, oh, let's bring back all the Department of Labor workers. They were supposed to be collecting data up until the 15th, then release their final report. That data collection hasn't happened because the government has been shut down. And so even if they return to work, whenever that is, it's not like there's a paper sitting on somebody's desk and they're just going to hand it to everybody. They have to go and collect that data. And so that's going to take time. And then they have to analyze the data and then release a report. So that is the situation that is happening with the Social Security cost of living adjustment. But here's one thing you have to know about cost of living adjustment. In all these years that Social Security has been, issuing COLA, one of the things that doesn't get talked about enough is that seniors agree that COLA is not enough. The amount of cost of living adjustment is not enough. If you look at 2025, you got 2.5%, and 2026 is being projected to be 2.7%. But here's the thing, inflation in other areas are crushing seniors. And so 2.7% is not enough. And I'm going to show you why that is not enough. And then I'm going to walk you through what I think can be done to fix that. But before I do that, you see the number on your screen. If you have been, watching our videos and you know that we are all about bringing you the latest news and updates, anything in and out of Congress that's going to affect your retirement, anything that's going to affect your finances, anything that's going to affect your benefits, whether Social Security, disability, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and on. And so if you want to stay up to date, you should text insider, the word insider, to our text number 443-293-0080. Now, this is not a phone number for you to call us. This is a phone number to receive text messages from us when there's breaking news that you need to be aware of, anything that we think could negatively or positively impact your benefits, your retirement, and your finances. So, if you want to be up to date and not only receive breaking news, but also the context behind the news, what does the news mean for you? Then text the word insider to 443 293 0080, and you'll be added to our text list, and you'll periodically receive important text messages from us about important things that are happening that we think you should be aware of. So that is the number you see on your screen. Now let's talk about COLA and why it has not been enough. Well, there is a chart that I'm going to share with you that shows you since 2010, the Social Security cost of living adjustment has not matched or even beaten inflation. So this chart is saying that the government has not been giving you the money that you deserve or have earned when it comes to Social Security increases. And so from 2010 all the way to 2025, the Senior Citizens League did the math and calculated that the federal government owes you $370 by not paying you a cost of living adjustment that actually matches inflation that is being experienced. And when you look at next year, we're talking about 2.7%. And then you look at the other price increases that are happening. For example, you look at Medicare, you're going to see that Medicare Part B premium is going to go up substantially. Part B deductible is going to go up substantially. And then there are other costs that have gone up recently that even, the media is not even talking about. And grocery prices, transportation, housing, electricity, and on and on. And so it just means that you are still not getting what you deserve because the government is not reflecting the actual cost of living that seniors are experiencing. And so the University of Michigan did a report, a survey, and they found out exactly what I'm saying, that 53% of seniors are reporting feeling stressed about their personal finances, 52% are cutting back on everyday expenses, and 47% said they will have been impacted by inflation in a great way. So the way to fix it is to change the formula. The current formula to calculate your increases does not truly reflect what seniors are experiencing when it comes to cost of living changes. And so the solution is to change the formula. So that is what I wanted to talk to you about today. And before we go, I want to talk to you about Medicare because we are about to enter open enrollment next week. And here is the thing. I am on a crusade, a personal mission to help 100,000 seniors this season to get a peace of mind about Medicare, because you've earned Medicare, you've paid into it 35, 40, 50 years. You should get the best out of it. But here's the thing, 90% of all seniors are in the wrong Medicare plan. And that is costing you your money, it's costing you your health. And so what am I doing about it? Well, I'm educating you like I'm doing today on this video about Medicare and how it impacts you and how you can maximize your benefit. We are creating and sharing important resources that can help you even better understand your options. And then we're linking you up to the best support out there for Medicare. And so we have partnered with Chapter Medicare, to help you avoid the scary headlines that we see in the news every single week. We're hearing plans being dropped, plan changes, benefits being taken away. And a lot of seniors are overwhelmed by all that. But how do you get ahead of all of this? Well, is by having a trusted advisor that is in your corner, that is not there to sell you anything. They're not there to push you a particular plan, but look at what you are eligible for and present you with options that helps you make the right decision. And so today, I want you to call Chapter 539-205-2147 or go to askchapter.org/insider. These are the guys we're working with. They've helped over 2,000 of our viewers like you get that peace of mind about Medicare that I'm talking about. Because when you call them, they will look at your current plan. If you're in the best plan, they'll tell you. If you're not, they will work with you and help you switch to a better plan that is good for you. And these guys are highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, A plus rating. And we've received a lot of 5-star reviews from people that we've sent over to them that have had a good experience. And they can save you on average $1,100 a year during this open enrollment season on Medicare. So if you want to achieve that peace of mind that I'm talking about, this is your opportunity. There's a small window about to open where you can switch to a better plan. And if you're overwhelmed by the 24,000 Medicare plans that are out there, give these guys a call and they will help you get a better plan or switch to a better plan that fits your needs. So if you like what you heard today, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on another video tomorrow. Thank you for watching.